3.
I'm the Entertainah.
And I'm Simeon Russell.
And we're talking New York sports.
Let's go. Entertainah, what's popping, man?
What's popping, man? Another beautiful Sunday of football. A couple of big upsets today, Sim.
Yeah. It's been a fun day of football. It's been an unexpected day of football, man. Real unexpected day. The Jets. We talked about the Jets last week. You, Jet Central. We expected them to beat the Miami Dolphins, or at least I thought they were going to beat the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins pulled out a victory. We expected the Redskins to win over the Colts. Big. That went the opposite direction. I don't know what's going on with the Patriots and Jacksonville Jaguars right now. I know the Patriots were... I'm watching the game right now on my TV. The Jaguars up 11 points with the ball. 7 minutes left. Okay. And then of course you had the Eagles. The Eagles losing to the Bucks. The Eagles lose to the Bucks. I had Jay Ajayi in one of my leagues, and he went out with a back injury. Didn't know if he was going to come back, but he still disappointed me. Even when he came back. But yeah, looks like we got a guy in the chat, Orlando Toledo. Orlando, what's going on, Orlando? Glad to see you in the chat. Glad you're joining us. We're here to talk Giants and Cowboys pregame. But we're just kind of going down what's going on in the NFL right now. What's been happening, and because a lot of things going on affect my league, man. And listen, I had the Eagles defense. I traded out, and I have 2 leagues going on, right? So I have our league, and then I have another league that I've been in for a few years. And I traded out. I like to have 2 defenses. Some people don't. Some people do. I do. I like to have 2 defenses. I decided to use the Eagles defense this week instead of the Jaguars, because I thought Tom Brady might have his way with the Jaguars. Not have his way, but I thought maybe he'd do a little bit more than he's doing now. The Eagles, they're playing Tampa Bay, right? They might have a field day, or at least have a good day. Well, didn't happen. But it's okay because I'm winning in both of my leagues, but still didn't happen the way that I expected. Yeah, if you're picking a fantasy defense this week, who would you rather go up against, Tom Brady or Fitzpatrick? Exactly. And this is the second week in a row Fitzpatrick has, I think he threw 4 touchdowns last week. He went off again this week. And the 2 biggest upsets so far this year have been the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who saw this coming? Of course, I'm very happy, and you are very happy as a Giants fan. Right. If Giants win tonight, they're tied for first place. Exactly. Very happy. Eagles took a loss. Redskins took a loss. All we got to do is come out and get a good win. And then we already have a division win. 2 of our other division rivals will be 1-1, tied with them. Beautiful. That's exactly what we need. And what's even more encouraging, we played Jacksonville last week, and we went toe-to-toe. They're playing the Patriots right now. They're up 30-13. Right. So, that makes me feel even a little bit better about the Giants. Yeah. And so we have a guest joining us. It's Rayvon. What's going on? Rayvon. What's going on, man? Entertainah, you want to introduce our guest to the folks in the chat? Yeah, this is Rayvon from Virginia. He's a long time. Rayvon, you got better lighting over there?
Yeah. I didn't know we was coming straight on. I was waiting for 7:30. I had to go downstairs and get a bottle.
Okay. This is Rayvon from Virginia. Everybody? What's going on? He's a long-time Giants YouTuber. He's been how long you been doing it? 5-6 years?
About 3 years now.
3 years. Yeah. All right. So you ready for the game tonight?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely ready for the game, man. A little bit nervous. Got a little bit of jitters, of course. I guess that would be a normal feel right now for a team that's in danger of going 0-2 to start a season again. So I'm just anticipating on us coming out tonight and looking like a team that is in danger of going 0-2 and coming out, playing with some urgency, executing, and doing the things, that we need to do to win the game. Yeah. Let me ask you both. Me and the Entertainah, we were just talking about
how a lot of things with the Giants' way today. Philadelphia lost, the Redskins lost, and then now, of course, we're playing Dallas, right? And I know it's really early to talk about standings, but in the NFL, you get 16 games. So I think it's never too early to talk about standings and where you stand. We win this game, we're tied for the NFC EAST first place. Of course, everyone will be 1-1. The Eagles, the Redskins, the Giants will be 1-1. But we win this game, we're tied for first place. We take down a division rival. And like you just said, Chris, we played Jacksonville down to the wire. And Jacksonville is, they're up 11 against the Patriots right now.
18.
18. Okay, I'm not even looking at the score. So, wow, 18. 31-13. So, I mean, that's looking pretty good to start the season, even though it's 1-1. But I understand exactly what you're saying, man. You're playing the Cowboys in Cowboy Stadium. Crazy things happen there every year when we play them. So,
yeah, we've had trouble with this team in recent years. You guys know that. They swept us last year. They've won 7 out of the last 10 meetings. But we have had success there in the past, and we really have to start winning some games. We got to win this game tonight. It's a must-win game, and we got to start getting the train going in the right direction.
We have to win this game tonight. I feel like it's a must-win.
Yeah,
I feel like this is two franchises right now that's going in two different directions. The Cowboys have had the best offensive line in football for quite a while. They've had a pretty good running game. Whether you could say it's because of the front line, the offensive lineman, or if it's the running back who's got all the skills that can go out there and get the job done. These two franchises are going in two different directions because, for one, as a Giants fan, we told Cowboy fans exactly what you had when you got Dak Prescott and they pushed Romo out the door. It was kind of like, okay, he was a 4th round pick and he had a good preseason coming out. And, of course, Cowboys Nation got excited, super excited. He got pushed out the door. And you look at the first season that Dak Prescott had, and a lot of us, if you watch football, you know that the Cowboys had a lot of success that year because the running game was, that good. They were able to control the clock. They were able to wear teams down with that running game, always staying third and short, and so forth. It's like, Dak did some things, but he didn't do anything that would stand out to look like he was, an outstanding quarterback out there. And now it's coming back to bite them, basically, because without a lot of playmakers out there that they've had in the past, now exposure is being shown. And like I said, tonight is that night. It's either we're going to step up and show, that we are capable with that team last week that played Jacksonville, very good defense, and we're capable of coming out there and executing. Execution was the at fault for a lot of what happened last week when we played Jacksonville, connecting with Odell Beckham when we're supposed to connect with them. Not getting nervous down there in the red zone and actually, coming up with a formula to score down there, touchdowns, not get field goals. That's executing. That goes a long way. A lot of times that can spell, from even mistakes in games with turnovers if you're executing on the other end. So we're going to see tonight, man.
How would you attack this Cowboys defense? What would you, if you were the head coach, what would be your offensive strategy tonight?
My number one thing with this defense right here is, the Cowboys front line on defense is their front four is fast, athletic. These guys are able to get after it. Eli's not going to be able to hold the ball. I don't think that tonight I think we run the ball, of course, with Saquon often, but we need help from other running backs as well. It's not going to just be the Saquon show. I know Gallman is hurt right now, but if Jonathan Stewart is going to be getting touches tonight, they need to be productive when they're out there on the field. I'm not going to say run first to set up the pass. I would say stay aggressive at the Cowboys because of their young, inexperienced secondary, which I will point out also, none of those guys in the secondary for Dallas played against Odell Beckham last year in both of the games. None of them. Maybe the only person in the Cowboys secondary that's played against Odell has been Byron Jones, I believe. Everybody else pretty much is new.
Inexperienced, yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be quite a game, man. If we can stay aggressive through the air like we seen in game 1 against Jacksonville. I like, how Sherman had Eli very aggressive and trying to go over the top and go down the field. We can stay aggressive and execute a lot of those aggressive plays. If the next thing that's coming after executing a big play downfield is giving the ball to Saquon Barkley, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Absolutely,
because you can't stack the box. If they're hitting you with the deep plays, they can't have 8 guys in the box, and then Barkley's going to go to work.
Exactly.
Yeah. So one thing I'm going to say, Sim, and I'm sure you probably agree with me on this when you watched the game last week. I felt they didn't use Barkley enough in the passing game.
I agree with you 100%. They did not. They did not. And hopefully, they look back at the tape, and they can count who had what. How many touches people had and where they had their touches, and it's an adjustment they can make. Because I think, he's a playmaker. You get him the ball, and if you can get him the ball, even if you get him the ball out in the flat, he can make a play for you. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think you need to use him similar like they used to use Tiki Barber. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I was looking at him out on the field, I'm like, geez, that Tiki Barber, really? Just his body size. The way he looked when he was running the ball, and if they use him in a similar fashion, the kid is. I don't know if you can stop him.
He's a spark plug.
Yeah, I want to see what Evan Ingram is going to do this week.
I was going to say he was a letdown last week. He had 2 huge drops.
Right. I think
he had 40-yard completion, but got called back by a penalty, of course. I think what was that, a third down when we were backed up to the goal line, and Eli completed it to him. He made a great catch in traffic, but it was called back. He'll do that from time to time. He'll make some great catches, but then just when you least expect it, his hands, it's slippery, man.
Yeah,
concentration. That's in.
If he ever gets his hands down, the guy's as talented as anybody as far as catching the ball at the tight end position, but. He had and Shepard had that huge drop on the last drive. That killed the momentum.
Right. And, those 2 guys, they're both going to be needed, because when teams, when in week 2, when you get to week 3, week 4, week 5, and teams are really queuing in on Barkley and Beckham, things are going to open up for those guys, and they're going to have to make plays.
Yeah, well, of course, that's going to make Barkley and Beckham's life a lot easier if those guys are doing their job.
Yeah.
Right. And Eli, of course.
And Eli, of course. Right.
Of course.
Right. Of course.
And now let's turn to the other side of the ball. We talked about how we would attack the defense. How would you attack the Cowboys' offense, Rayvon?
Offensively tonight, defensively tonight, I'm sorry. I think that James Betcher is going to dial up some pressure. He's going to dial up some pressure from the linebackers. I would like to get to him with our front 3, but the Cowboys' offensive line is not quite the same from last year or years past. Travis Frederick is out. They've got the rookie out of Texas. I forgot his name. Connor Williams starting in there at guard, and he looked bad last game, but that's going to come with, you're going to have to get and put your time in, basically, to get good in this league. It's not many people that come into the league so polished and just ready to be thrown into the fire. But I think that our defense tonight needs to dial up, a lot of pressure and get Dak to move off of the spot. When Dak drops back, and don't let him, if he does step up in the pocket, it needs to close quickly, and we need to wrap him up. But if we can push him to, go outside of the hashes anytime he drops back and wants to pass, and, he's mobile, he can throw on the run, but as we seen last game, right now, I don't know what's going on with his mechanics, but he's not the greatest thrower when he's on the run. He's not that accurate when he has his feet set, but he's definitely not that quarterback that wants to be on the run throwing balls. And I think that's what we need to have him. We need to stop Zeke on first down, not let them get to third and short, because when they get to third and short, that's their bread and butter. It's going to Zeke, and they're just going to sit there and put the personnel in to sit there and run the ball and go forward with it. But if we can stop them on first downs, get them into second down situations to where, it's kind of iffy that they really don't want to run with Zeke and being third and long because they know they're going to be in third and long. It's going to force, Dak to be able or to have to go down the field more. And I think that's his weakness. If we can take care of Cole Beasley and make sure that he's contained, I wouldn't worry too much about, the big play over the top with Dak if he shows early that he's just going to be willing to take the underneath stuff.
That's the guy I'm most worried about, other than Elliott, of course, is Beasley. He's the guy that Dak targets the most. He likes to throw to him in the underneath routes. And how would you go about guarding him? We were talking with Ian about that last week. How would you go about guarding Beasley?
I mean, there's different ways you could go about it, but me personally, I like having that guy that can match up with him one-on-one. And that corner nickel or that slot, corner position. I like Dante Dion on him. I don't know if it's going to be BW Webb that's going to be starting tonight. That's going to be that's going to be his assignment for the most part. I know Beasley is a savvy veteran. He also is he's one of those veterans that you got to watch out for, because even though he's normally put in that slot, spot, he's crafty enough to recognize what defense you're in also, and he'll switch out of some plays. He'll point to other wide receivers and tell them, no, you get inside. I'm gonna go outside right here, because he recognizes that the play that they're about to run is not going to work. So I'm not going to say I have a great plan for Beasley as far as manning up on him, but we're going to need help all the way around with him. I don't expect for Beasley to get loose on us and to go crazy with us down the field. I just expect for him to be their safety blanket like he's been for them and for Dak.
Well, that's why I think it's a big key to get them in 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 9s, so he can't kill you. You'll give him those 5-6 yards if you're in 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. Because I don't think the Gallups of the world, I don't think Hearns, I don't think they're gonna beat. I don't think they're gonna beat Jenkins. I don't think they're gonna beat Apple after what I saw last week. And I don't think Dak's got the arm to chuck it deep. So if you get him in 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, they're not gonna be getting first downs if they're throwing a Beasley. You give them the 5-6 yards.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like you were saying, the Giants need to dial up pressure, because you don't have the same kind of playmakers out there, and I don't think you have the same kind of route runners out there either. So if you can dial up some pressure and keep Dak Prescott under pressure all night long, I think we can. I don't want to say it, I don't want to say we can, run away with them, but I think if we keep Dak under pressure, of course. When you're bringing pressure, then you got to watch to make sure Elliott doesn't get out. But if we keep Dak under pressure, especially if we get him in 3rd and long, we could get him in. We could put him in a little bit of trouble, I think.
Absolutely.
I think we could.
Yeah, 100%. The big key is to stuff the run. You stuff the run, and good things will happen in this game.
Yeah. Definitely. And that's easier said than done as well. But
of course, they're one of the best running attacks. But we saw Carolina do it last week, right? So it can be done.
And we didn't stop the run very well against Jacksonville last week. So that's one thing that does concern me. I know that Blake Bortles ran that that naked bootleg on us and broke up the field. TJ Yeldon had, I think about 50 something yards, and Fournette had 41 yards before he went out of the game. He was averaging about 10 yards a carry. So
the one play that you're talking about with Bortles, that I thought if Vernon was in the game, and he won't be in the game again tonight, unfortunately, but I thought if Vernon was in the game, that play wouldn't have happened. Vernon wouldn't have collapsed on the fake, and I think that run would have never happened.
Yeah. And like you said, Vernon is out tonight, so.
Yeah, that's a big key. That's not good. He's probably our 2nd or 3rd most important player on defense.
Yeah, Kareem Martin's going to have to step up over there in that situation right there. He was moved around a lot last game. I seen him, I think I seen him at nose tackle on one of the plays.
Yeah, he was all over the field. Yeah,
he was all over the field. Betcher used him in different places. In different packages. So I would expect for him to come out tonight and play better. I know that Jacksonville has a very big line. They, those guys are big and athletic. The Cowboys, they're pretty big, but like I said, I think this is 2 franchises that are going in 2 different directions. We're getting younger we're getting better, regardless of what everyone says about Eli and him getting old. Eli looked pretty good last game. I didn't see Eli throwing the ball in harm's way a lot. I seen, when he got rid of the ball, he had very good zip on his passes. He was very decisive with where he was going with the ball. He started the game off, I believe. Did he start the game off 8 for 8?
I think he was 10 for 10. I think he was 10 for 10, 11 for his first 12. Sim and I are big Eli guys too. We still believe in Eli.
I still believe in Eli.
Yeah. Surgical.
Yeah, we still think Eli's got something left. I think he's got at least 2 years, maybe even 3 years left.
Yeah. You keep him standing up, Eli he'll get it done for you. I believe. I still believe he'll get it done for you, and I still believe he's one of the best. Coming down the stretch of the game. Eli may waver during the game, but coming down the stretch, I still believe he's going to be as solid as they come.
The only play, I mean, of course, the pick six, but for me, that was Flowers' fault just as much as it was Eli. Eli could have taken the sack, of course, if you want to get critical. But the other play, he missed Beckham in the end zone. But that, of course, was because he was getting rushed because Flowers can't block.
Right. And what are we going to do with him?
Right.
They got to do something with Flowers, man. I mean, enough is enough already.
Yeah, and I'm worried about tonight because their best D end is going to be paired up against Flowers. They're going to need a lot of help tonight with Flowers.
We need a plan for that. We're definitely going to have to. I didn't see much of Shane Smith in the first game, or Rhett Ellison. Was Rhett Ellison out?
No, he wasn't in that offense. I don't know if he was out, but they didn't play him much. But that's a guy I think they should play a lot to chip on the D ends because he's going to need as much help as he can get.
Yeah.
Even if it means you take a playmaker out, he's going to need as much help as he can get to help protect Eli.
And if they do decide to leave Eric Flowers on that side of the field against DeMarcus Lawrence on an island, and it's more plays with just Eric Flowers with no help, I think it would be wise that if you're going to run anything to Saquon out of the backfield as far as passing the ball to him, run it to that side.
Yeah.
Run it to that side. Let Marcus Lawrence come on up the field with that speed and gash him with Saquon. Just make sure, Eli, you put some touch on it and get him the ball because Eli has not been – I don't understand why Eli is so bad with throwing screen passes. He makes it look very hard sometimes.
You're absolutely right about that. He's never been good at the screen pass.
Yeah, but the athleticism of Barkley also helps him out as well because you don't need to put it in the perfect spot. Just don't put it too low and don't lead him too far ahead to where he just can't grasp it and get his hands on it. Once he's got the ball in his hands, anything is possible. We see that. We've seen that anything is possible. It could go for 10 yards first down or whatever, or it could go all the way to the house for 68 yards. So we'll see, man.
He reminds me of Barry Sanders. He really does. He could do. He touches the ball. Anything can happen on any play. He's electric.
Oh, we could talk to the Jets fans now after we've seen some of the stuff in week 2 about Sam Darnold. They still feel the same way that they did week 1.
Right.
I actually thought Darnold. I mean, he's a rookie. He's going to make some mistakes, and he made some mistakes today. But he also made a lot of good throws today too. He was up and down today, which is what you expect from a rookie quarterback.
Right.
Pick today? Did he throw a pick today?
He threw for I think like 350 yards, but he threw 2 picks.
Right.
He had that huge pick late in the game. The Jets got the momentum. I think they fumbled the ball on like the 10-yard line. Jets got the ball. They were right there, and then he threw the pick the very next play, and that kind of the momentum collapsed after that.
Yeah, threw for 334 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he was up and down. But you still. What did you say, Rayvon? I didn't hear you.
I was saying the experience that he's getting, being thrown in there as a rookie. I mean, it's good. It's good going forward for the Jets. That's what you need, man. You need that experience.
Yeah.
Well, we went through the growing pains with Eli. I'm sure Sim remembers that.
Yeah, I remember that. Clear.
Right.
Yeah, his first year, they went like 6-10 in his first year. I think. Yeah, 5-11.
Yeah, but then they made a few. But then after getting that experience, then they made few years of playoffs in a row, and then
yeah, they made the playoffs the second year.
Exactly. Yep. And I see Payback Carter is in the chat.
Big Cowboy fan.
Getting at us a little bit about Eli. Said Eli is done. Say Eli leads the leagues in interceptions since 2004. I see him. Say Eric Flowers is gonna mess it up for you guys. You know, and Slick Nick is getting on me for not having my Giants jersey on. My bad. I'll make sure I have it on next time. My bad. But Payback, man, why don't you give us a call? Give us a call. We want to hear what you got to say about the game tonight. 516-405-2246.
Jacksonville 2-0.
Jacksonville
31-20.
Yep, 31-20.
What do you think about the Eagles so far, Rayvon? They've been sloppy on offense the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I think all around, I think as a whole, like the NFC East, we learned a lot, and we always do. You know, the first game always to me is like a toss-up because, you know, guys, a lot of guys are not playing a lot of snaps in preseason, and we're coming over to these, as far as starters, we're coming over to these regular season games, and guys are not as, you know, sharp as they need to be mentally out there. I feel like going through the first quarter of the season will show you a whole lot. You know, we look at going forward in this after, you know, what we've seen here in week 2. Does anybody think that the win against the Arizona Cardinals last week that the Redskins had was so great now? Arizona is getting blasted right now. I mean, they look like a completely different franchise. The defense is not there. Of course, we have their defensive coordinator.
I was about to say, we took the mastermind.
Right. And Steve Wilkes, this is his first time coaching, you know, being head coach of a team. A lot of stuff has to be taken into consideration. They don't look like they have an identity right now. And the Eagles, you know, they almost, it's a thin line between being 1-0, being 1-1, and almost being 0-2. Because that first game against Atlanta,
they were outplayed. I was going to say they were outplayed in that game thoroughly.
Yeah, right.
The Eagles defense won them that game. The Eagles have a very good defense. Their offense without Wentz and without Jeffrey, they're missing the 2 big playmakers. They're a show themselves. And hopefully Wentz takes a couple more weeks to come back. Maybe he waits until after the first time the Giants play him.
I agree.
For real.
So is Payback calling in or what? Where is he?
I don't know if Payback is calling in. I was hoping he was going to call in. Maybe he's not calling in.
He nervous. He knows the Odell and Saquon show coming to Arlington tonight.
He don't want to face it today. Payback don't want to face it today. It's all right, Payback. We understand. We understand how it is. He's probably going to go out and get himself a Cowboys channel now, so you know, so he can talk about the Cowboys. You know what I mean? Yeah, but you know what? You know, just sticking, we were talking about the NFC East. I really am surprised though that the Redskins lost to the Colts because that's the team that I thought was going to really surprise people. And it's not too late, but I really thought that they were going to surprise people. You know what I mean? I thought that
they didn't score. They didn't score any touchdowns with that offense today.
Yeah.
And I'm down here in Virginia. I watched the game firsthand. Down here, the running game didn't get started for the Redskins today.
Nope.
You know, Chris Thompson, as we know, Chris Thompson is sort of their like ex-player on offense. You can get him out the backfield, or you know, pass it to him out the backfield. They line him up. He's the you know, the joker basically on offense for the Redskins. He had a pretty good game. He was able to get loose and find, you know, some soft spots in that defense today. But all around today, Indianapolis defense played a lot better than the Redskins offense did. You know, the Redskins defense played okay, but they didn't get a lot of stops today from, you know, as far as on Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck today, I think the Colts only punted the ball 1 time in the first half, and I think they punted the ball 3 times total for the game. He was able to, you know, drive and score just about every time he got the ball today. So
yeah.
I don't know what to think about the Redskins. Adrian Peterson, I don't think he had over 40 yards for the game. I'm not sure. I know he broke 2 runs, but he didn't look too good. He didn't look old. He didn't look like he didn't have anything left in the tank. He looked like a big back that is not the same Adrian Peterson that we're accustomed and used to seeing. So he you know, we're gonna see.
and the Colts got Marlon Mack back, so I think that makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? That made a difference out there. Yeah.
Andrew Luck the first 2 weeks has looked really good. I mean, the first week, way too many passing attempts. You know, I thought they were trying to kill the guy, but Luck looks like he might be back to his old self.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you have? 50 passing attempts first game?
Week 1, he had 53 passing attempts.
53, yeah. All right, caller, you're on live with NBNY. What's popping? Is this payback?
I see you guys calling me out, man. You guys calling me out.
What's going on with you, man?
Payback. Sam, what's going on, man? Payback. Entertainah, what's going on? What's up, guys?
What's popping?
Ain't nothing much. I'm actually at a little kid's little birthday party right now. That's why it's kind of noisy, so I had to call and kind of find a little quiet spot to call in real quick.
Okay. So what's your take on the game tonight, man? I know we talked about it a little bit last stream. What's your take on the game tonight?
I just think the Cowboys need to get Zeke the ball a little bit more. Like I said, 15 touches last week is not enough. That's something that he gets in the first quarter. Yeah, that's really about it. Just protect Dak, you know, and run the ball. You just got to run the ball.
I agree. That's going to be a big part of this game. They have to try to run the ball, and the Giants have to try to stop it. The big key matchup in this is Snacks versus Zeke. Or Snacks versus that O-line. If the Giants could stuff the run, the Cowboys are going to have a tough game tonight. If they can't, the Giants defense is going to have a tough game tonight.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is true. And Travis Frederick not being out is also kind of big, because that's somebody that Snacks would face on the O-line, and you know him and Frederick not being there is going to be a big problem.
I agree with that. I think you guys are gonna have some trouble because Frederick's out, and I'm confident the Giants are gonna win tonight. I know you don't want to hear that, being a Cowboy fan. I think the Giants match up well with this team, just like I thought they matched up well against the Jaguars. They didn't pull out the win, but I thought that the Jaguars' strength, the Giants matched up well with, because the Giants are pretty good at stuff in the run. It's the same story with the Cowboys, but I don't think the Cowboys have the weapons nor the defense that the Jaguars have to be able to match up with the Giants. I think Giants are going to win this game, and I think they're going to win by about 7 points.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, the Cowboys right now are a team that they're trying to find themselves and who they are. Right, they've lost almost all of their identity over the past few years, and right now the Giants just need to take advantage of it, because they're looking to find out who they are.
I didn't get the guy's name that's in the apparent right now. What's your name, boss?
Rayvon.
Rayvon, what's going on, man? What's going on? You made a good point there earlier by saying the DBs did not face Odell last year. That was a great point, you know, and that is true. Byron Jones is the only one that did face Odell Beckham, I'd say, the past 2 years. So it might be a toss up, but like you said, Odell haven't faced those DBs, so you never know. You don't know what's gonna happen. Chidi Awuzie is a very good man-to-man cornerback.
We're gonna find out. What in about 50 minutes. We're gonna find out.
And he is. Awuzie is a very good corner.
I wish I could watch the game. I could watch the game. I wish I was home.
What's that?
No, I said the game does start in 15 minutes, and I'm at a kid's party. I can't even get to watch it.
Can't even watch the game. You know what? I'm gonna tell you the truth. If it was me, I'd get it on my phone. Something. I guarantee you, I'd be watching that game.
I seen. Somebody was just telling me they get the app. You know, they got the app where you can watch it on. So I'll try to figure it out and get a TV provider and try to see what's going on.
Payback. I like you a lot, Payback, so I'm going to do you a favor. I don't want you to get aggravated. Maybe you shouldn't watch the game tonight.
Man, you know I can't miss my Cowboys, man. I can't miss them. Gotta watch it. It's gonna be. It's an interesting game. It's interesting. I got a bold prediction, 21-17. I think we're gonna pull it off.
Oh, okay. Hey, Payback. Payback is in the league. He's in the fantasy football league with us, right? How you doing?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. How'd you do today?
I'm up against Freezy this week. I think I was up on Freezy. Yeah, I'm up on Freezy. 41. I'm 141 to his 120.
Okay.
I'm getting killed again. I'm gonna be 0-2.
I'm actually doing 3.
You play fantasy football, Rayvon?
Yeah, I do. I'm losing right now too. I can't speak at all. You know what my weakness is in fantasy? I get so caught up in wanting to get my guys. And the bad thing about that is that all my crabs are in one barrel for one game, and only one person can get the ball at a time, man.
Yeah, you're not the only one. I do the same thing.
Yeah,
man. I skipped in the draft we had with NBNY. I skipped over some people so I can get Sterling Shepard. I took Odell Beckham, and then I looked and I said, "Oh damn, I got Odell and Sterling. What am I doing?" You know.
Right.
That's actually not a bad handcuff though.
I do the same.
If Beckham ever goes down, Shepard would be, a top 10, 15 receiver.
Right. Yeah. So,
but I thought Shepard was going to have a big year this year. I really did, because I thought with all the weapons they had, I thought Shepard is going to catch a lot of balls in the slot. So he still might. I was disappointed with how he was used week 1.
Yeah.
Well, they did throw the ball to Latimer, I believe his name is. I think Latimer.
Yeah, Cody Latimer. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he caught a lot of those targets from Shepard.
Yeah, I think Latimer could be a good weapon in the red zone, because he's a tall receiver. He's 6'3", something that the Giants kind of thought that Brandon Marshall would fill last year before he got hurt.
Right.
And one thing I want to say, I know we spoke about the offense and the defense, fellas, a little bit earlier. I wanted to speak on the special teams for just a second.
Okay.
Because, I also feel that one thing that's important in this game is going to be field position. The field position is going to be important in this game. Last, week and last year, is for us Giants fans, we weren't very good special teams, period. Whether it was kickoffs, whether it was punt returns, whether it was, field goal attempts from Rosas. Rosas has looked excellent throughout the process and coming back this year throughout preseason, and he made all his field goals last week. We weren't able to change the field position last week, whether it was punt returns or kickoff returns. I want to see something done about that. I think we're going to need at least one big play on special teams, whether that be a turnover from Dallas on special teams or it's us actually being able to flip the field position to make things a little easier on the offense.
I mean, I thought the game was out of hand at that point towards the end with the 45 seconds left when he fumbled the punt, but of course that was huge. Another thing that a lot of people forgot about, I actually did too when I made my video. I should have mentioned it. Coming out of halftime, Eli blew that timeout. That could have been huge at the end of the game, because they would have had like a minute and a half at the end rather than 45 seconds.
Right.
So that was a huge. It was his equipment. But you know what? A veteran quarterback like him, though, should be able to adjust and be able to call a play in that. That's what. And I love Eli. Everybody knows I love Eli. He's my favorite guy. But that is one thing he has struggled with his entire career. He has blown a lot of timeouts unnecessarily. But I actually thought at the end of the game I would have had either Beckham or Barkley returning that punt, because you were hoping for a big play there with 45 seconds left, right? I think I would have had Barkley in there, because we all know how good of a punt returner he was in college.
I think as a Cowboy fan, we have a problem with the special team as well. Losing Dan Bailey, and then the kicker missing the kick last week against Carolina was really big too, him missing that field goal. I think that's going to be a lot of a problem for us too this year on the kicking, especially if we're on third and at the 40. Going to have to punt the ball a lot, because the kicker, I don't think he's very that accurate. I don't know why we got rid of Dan Bailey, but
yeah, he was a good kicker.
Well, he was a cap casualty. I mean, you could have kept him, but that's why I say these are two franchises that's going in two different directions, because with the Cowboys, you guys, Zach Martin got paid this offseason. You got some guys that came into the league that, did a lot of good things, and it's going to get to a point to where Zeke is going to have to get paid. DeMarcus Lawrence has to be paid, so forth and so on. And the opportunities are going away because, a lot of these guys have been on the Cowboys team for quite a little bit of time now. They might be coming off of their rookie contract, but that's at least 3, 4 years. I know they haven't gotten the job done, and they had a great season in 2016 when they went 13-3. But it's like the more time that goes by, the more situations you got to worry about like this, to where guys that are good on your team and have great value, they're going to end up leaving because of cap. Because of the cap, you're not going to be able to hold on to them.
But 100%. My question is, with a kicker's salary, a kicker's salary doesn't really hit your cap based on their money? Because I didn't think kickers get paid a lot.
Bailey was one of the highest paid kickers though in the league. You guys gave him an extension. I think it was 2 years ago. They gave him a multi-million-dollar extension. So he was one of the highest, if not the highest paid kicker in the league when he got released.
Most accurate kicker, so he deserves that money. But I guess you're right. I agree with you on that. You're absolutely right. You're right on that.
And they're gonna have to pay. I mean, if they decide Dak's their quarterback going forward, they're gonna have to pay him too. Yeah. And that's always an advantage when you could find a good young quarterback, which I'm still skeptical if he is or isn't. But when you could find a good young quarterback, you get him on that rookie contract, and then you could spend your whole cap on pieces to surround him. Of course, we know as Giants fans, once Eli's rookie contract went away, we had to give him his $25-30 million, whatever we gave him a year, and now we didn't have all that money to be bringing in these pieces around Eli. Mm-hmm. And the same thing will happen to the Cowboys when Dak gets his money if he is the quarterback.
It's coming though. That's what I mean. It's coming. It's right around the corner.
He's a fourth rounder. He's a 4th round pick, so he's not getting paid a lot of money right now.
Not right now, but in a year or two, he'll get his money if he's still the quarterback there.
Like you said, if he doesn't, my opinion, if he doesn't step it up between this year and by the time his contract is up, and he's not producing the way the Cowboys expected it, I don't think they should, really go out and give him that big money. If he's not proving it, I mean, he proved it his first year. The second year was This year,
I personally wouldn't give him the money. I think he's garbage. I mean, I'm a Giant fan. I'm obviously biased. But I think Dak Prescott is a limited quarterback. He can't throw the ball deep. He's not accurate. He's mobile. He could throw pretty well on the run. And short routes, he's good. He's a precision passer with the short routes to Beasley. But in terms of throwing on the ends, throwing deep balls, he's one of the worst quarterbacks in my opinion in the league at doing that. So I wouldn't want him as my quarterback going forward.
And I don't think you guys really lose a lot. I don't think the Cowboys as an organization loses a lot by, say for instance, if Dak is not the answer as far as being the starting quarterback in Dallas, for the next 10 years. And they have to go back into the process of trying to find that, that answer and that quarterback. The fact that he was a 4th round pick, and, before anyone seen him on the field that preseason leading into the season in 2016, he wasn't looked at in that light anyways, as far as one of those guys that, was going to be a franchise-changing quarterback. So, I mean, if you get those 4 years to see what he's about, and he's been given every chance that you can give him, and you see that he's still not that quarterback, I don't think the Cowboys lose a whole lot by having to waste that 4th round pick. We just got rid of Davis Webb. He was a 3rd round pick. So,
right.
So I think it's a big difference from getting a quarterback in the 1st round and missing on him, and your franchise having to deal with that, and you have a quarterback in the 4th round that is better than expected, and he's good enough to start for your team, but you find out that he's not the long-term answer, and you have to find another answer.
Yeah.
My thing is, I just don't believe that the offense that we run is not suited for Dak. They're trying to make him a pocket quarterback, and he's not a pocket quarterback. This Scott Leonard and Jason Garrett offense that we're running, I mean, I know the offense is based on running. We all know that. But it's just the offense that he's put in is not built for him, because if you watch him, how he played, the offense that he played with in Mississippi State is totally different. Wildcats spread the offense. Like you said, he's a mobile quarterback.
Yeah. Sounds like RG3 all over again.
They're trying to make him a pocket quarterback that he isn't. He doesn't feel comfortable staying in the pocket.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
He throws on the run. He's very accurate on the run. As you notice, Dak is one of the top play action quarterbacks in the league, in my opinion.
I would agree with that. I mean, not so much last week, but yeah, throughout his career, he has been an accurate quarterback on the run. I would agree with that. The play action, of course, he's good. I think part of the reason he's so good at the play action is because they have such a good running attack. I think a lot of quarterbacks would be very good with the play action on Dallas because they are able to run the ball at will. So you have to be able to put your defense in a position to stop the run. And when you do the play action, it's going to open up a lot of things for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Now,
right.
Looking in the chat, Lee Gottlieb, he says, so basically he's saying it's necessary to make Dak a pocket quarterback because the DNs are too fast nowadays. But see, I for one just think that's a mistake. We've seen the same thing with RG3. How hard is it to turn a quarterback, a mobile quarterback that is a runner, into a pocket QB? Because their first instinct is to run. And you don't. Yeah. The last thing you want is your players out there not playing off of instinct, right? Playing and trying to think their way through the game. That's how you get injured, and that's how you make more mistakes when you're trying to think your way through the game. You want your people playing off of instinct, in my opinion. You know, and I think if you have a quarterback, if this is who you chose to be your quarterback, then you need to design your offense around this skill set.
And that's what the Cowboys, they're not, their offense is not designed to build around Dak Prescott. So to me, as a Cowboys fan, I don't believe he'll be our quarterback in the future because the way our offense is set up for Zeke. We built our offensive line. We drafted everybody on our offensive line in the first round for Zeke. So I don't think we didn't get any receivers for Dak, any tight ends for Dak. So the offense is not really built for him. As a Cowboy fan,
I agree with that.
No, the offense is built for him.
Yeah.
I agree with that, 100%. So actually, you mentioned Lee Gottlieb. He's actually my good friend, Sim. I think he wanted to call in.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah. He's a big Giant fan.
Okay.
All right. Cool. I'll let you guys go. I'll call in later on if anything when I get him. If you guys are still on, I'll definitely call in. Thanks for taking my call, Sim. Entertainah, you know, I talk to you in the chat.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. For sure,
bro. You have some very, very good, bright opinions. I like your opinions, dude. I like that.
Be sure to check out his YouTube channel. He's got a very good Giants YouTube channel.
Oh, does he? I don't really.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
Well, Rayvon, what's your YouTube channel? I can put it here in the chat so people can check it out.
It's Rayvon from Virginia.
And how do I spell
Rayvon from RAYV as in Victor ON. From Virginia.
From Virginia. All right. What part of Virginia you from?
Fan.
What part of Virginia
man, I appreciate you taking my call. I'll call in, if anything, I'll call in later on once I get to the house if you guys are still on.
All right.
I'll call in. All
right,
very good. The game, I have time or something, I'll call in.
Enjoy the party, man.
Thank you for calling.
Man. Later.
Yeah, I'll join up here. I'll definitely come in up here when I later on if you guys are still on.
All right.
All right, cool.
All right, later.
Hey,
Rayvon, what part of Virginia you from?
I'm in Fredericksburg right now, but I'm actually from Woodbridge, Virginia.
Okay, we're about an hour away from each other. I'm in Waldorf, Maryland.
Oh, okay. My sister stay out Waldorf.
Oh, yep. Okay, cool. Yeah. Let me see. We got Isaiah calling in. Isaiah, what's poppin', man?
Hey, what's going on, Sam? What's going on, Chris?
What's going on?
Not much, man. Getting ready for this Giants game. Chilling with my lady.
Okay. All right. So,
what's your prediction? Who's going to win this game again?
Oh, man, it's the battle of the trenches, man. This is I got us winning 23-17.
I'll take 2-0. I don't care. I just want to win.
Yeah, right. I'll take that.
I think it's, you know what it is, man. I'm legit only worried about Eric Flowers. That's my biggest legit worry.
You should be worried.
You know, and I hope they play the tight end. I forgot his name. The one that's a really good blocking tight end. Hope they play him for the double
Ellison.
teams with
Red Ellison.
Eric.
Yeah, Red Ellison. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope they play him because we're gonna need it tonight. Because, man, listen, man. I'll say this though, if it comes down to Eric Flowers having a bad game, I think after this game Pat Summers, man, he has to just make a decision to either bench him or let him go, because we've been talking about him for 5 years now.
I personally think he's playing the wrong position. I think his more natural position is guard. I don't think he should be playing tackle. He can't bend his knees. I think he's more. What do you think about that, Rayvon? I think he's more in line with being a guard than a tackle.
That's tough, because the guards, they have to swing a lot too on plays, and Eric is not the most nimble and athletic body out there.
I just think it comes down bad, but
it comes down to his technique, man. It's amazing to me that since we've had Eric Flowers, we've changed coaches and systems as far as, offensive line coaches. I think he's had 3 offensive line. None of them have been able to make a breakthrough and make this guy better. Yeah. It's puzzling to me. It's almost like he was a number 10 pick, but he doesn't deserve to be in the league.
I was just about to say that. I don't think he's an NFL player.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't deserve to be in the league. I don't understand how we got him at that position in the first round, but he has always looked like an offensive lineman that doesn't even deserve to be on the roster.
Yeah, so my question is, how does he continue, even with changing coaches, to start or to be on the team?
You know what it is to me, Sim? You know what it is? I think what it is the Giants want to save face by it's a first-round pick, and I think they got to get over that, because it's a first-round pick, and they want to see some fruits to the labor, because first-round pick, they could have picked anybody else, and it's an investment with them, man. I think that's what it is with them. They want to see something before they be like, okay.
But at some point,
it's over.
Yeah, at some point you just got to cut your losses, man. It's a sunk cost. Right?
It's been 4 years now. I mean, we've seen quarterbacks go number 1 overall. Jamarcus Russell. What did they give him? 2 years and they cut bait. I mean, this guy's garbage. I mean, they have to be able to find somebody better than this guy.
Right, and then you mess around and get Eli hurt in the twilight of his career because he can't block. I mean,
you know what else, man? Is just that Eli, man. He's such a great teammate that he's never gonna throw. He's never gonna throw shade to the O-line. He's never gonna show play.
Right.
Listen, man. It's amazing. It's real, because Pat Summer even said it the last game. He knows, because he says the fans know. We all know. It's clear. This is not even an eye test. It's clear to see he can't play in the NFL. It's just plain and simple. He can't play. He's probably a nice guy. He's made his rookie money. He'll be fine.
And like Rayvon, goes back to what Rayvon said, technique. In college, you're playing against less talented players. You can get by with talent. You get into the league where people have been perfecting their skill for years and years and years and perfecting their technique. You've got to have some kind of technique. You see it in all sports. Guys come into whatever league they play off of talent alone, but then they're unable to sustain because they don't have the skill level, or they don't have the right technique, footwork, all those type of things. And I think that's what we see coming into play now with Eric Flowers. I just think the Giants need to cut their losses, man.
And I also think even with the lack of his technique, it's like Eric Flowers has no to counter react. He has no ability to counter react to moves. As an offensive lineman in the NFL, I feel like the first thing you're supposed to do is keep your leverage, and get your hands in the right place. After that, it's counter reaction to what your defensive player is going to be doing. If he tries to go inside, you adjust. You adjust your body. You get your leverage right. If he beats you wide around the outside, you can still. We've seen good offensive linemen adjust and still protect, the blind side of the quarterback by adjusting. Even though they were beat initially, they're able to counter react and put themselves in a good position to protect the quarterback still. Eric Flowers, after his hands are slapped down, his leverage is off. He's falling off balance. Once you're first, it's like you bull rush him. There's no reaction from the bull rush. He goes straight back into the, into Eli, basically. Like right there, Eric Flowers is blocking, but at the same time, the defensive man can reach his hand out and grab Eli right then and there. There's no reaction second reaction to him. So he has to go.
Yeah. I don't mean to interrupt. This is actually Spencer from Rover Sports. He's another big Giants YouTuber. So I just wanted to introduce him. He's been on. He was in our fantasy league.
Yeah, how you doing there? Hey, I'm Spencer. Who's this right here? Actually, is this?
It's Rayvon from Virginia.
Oh, Rayvon. Yeah, I was about to say because you comment on a ton of videos, man. So you know Cop Pizzle, you know Bad Dog, you know the Giants YouTubers as well.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So Rayvon, tonight, I mean, I'm sure you guys might have mentioned, but just seeing the Eagles go down today was just such a relief. Just seeing just this entire division just totally opened up for us, and then you thought the Houston game would be difficult. You thought the Saints game would be very difficult, and now it's possible.
Yeah, it was a crazy day today. I didn't see the Colts. There was no way I thought the Colts were going to beat the Redskins, and there was no way I thought that the Bucs were going to beat the Eagles. And it's like Christmas today. If the Giants can cap this off with a win, I mean, you couldn't have drawn it up any better than this.
This will put us in prime position, man. This put us in real prime position to take the division by hand, because this is, like you said, this was a blessing, because I did not see the Eagles losing today. So this right here, this is an early must-win game, because we can knock off the Cowboys and take control of this division in one game today.
And all of a sudden, our schedule's not looking that difficult. I thought it looked really tough early on. The Texans don't look that good. The Saints don't look that good. So, I mean, the Eagles don't look that good. So all of a sudden, our schedule doesn't look like it's this otherworldly schedule. It looks like we have a couple of winnable games on the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just am so, excited for tonight. I mean, the whole NFL day was very exciting. Derek Carr played perfectly. John Gruden today totally stepped up, even though they didn't get a win. And just, even the 49ers almost blew a game. So, I mean, I like having 8:30 games, because you have the whole day in front of you, but then, you still got your team. And that's what, and I love 8:30 starts.
Patrick Mahomes today.
Oh my God, that's it. That's his guy. But he loves Patrick.
Oh man, jeez. I'm telling you, the Chiefs do not look stupid for what they traded up to get him in the draft. They don't look stupid now.
Yeah, this guy is he's killing it right now, man.
10 touchdowns. He's going in 10 touchdowns.
Am I the only one that thinks Baker Mayfield should be playing? I think they would have won these two games if Baker Mayfield was playing, man.
I love Baker Mayfield. You're talking right. He's my favorite player in football, other than outside of the Giants. I love Baker Mayfield. I think he's going to be a tremendous pro.
I think they would have won today if they would have had Baker. I'm not a big fan of Tyrod. I like Baker. I think Baker would have won them the games today. I think they would have.
100%. Taylor looked lost today. He missed a lot of throws he should have made. I agree with you. I think if Baker was the quarterback today, they would have won the game.
And I'm not gonna lie, man. I was a little happy about Sam Darnold not playing good, because I was tired of hearing about the Giants screwed up. I was tired. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, Jet fans, but I was a little bit happy that he didn't play good, because it was like, okay, now they can die down and stop saying we've made the wrong choice.
We made a mistake, right?
Yeah, and how annoying are Jet fans that's when Jet fans are really annoying, when they say we're the kings of New York now, because they're always like little brothers. Like last year they were chirping when we were 3-13. How much were they chirping? They were coming out of the woodshed for what season?
5-11 season. That wasn't even 6 and 10. 5-11.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I get they are the little brother. Anytime they can get a little one up on us, they're gonna let us hear about it.
They're so insecure, it's incredible. I mean, I don't care about the Jets at all, but they really care about us. All the Jets fans, they can't stand the Giants.
Yeah.
We will do that to
Jets
you.
fans in the chat too. We got a couple of them in the chat, I believe. I think Slick Nick is a Jet fan, isn't he? Slick Nick, right? I think he's a Jet fan.
Yeah.
You know what the funniest thing though is? The funniest thing is, people keep saying we made the wrong choice. But my thing was, I think Chris said it last week, was he wasn't going to play, and then you want him to play with. I want people to realize, you want him to play with that line and no running back. You really want Sam Darnold to play for the Giants with no line and no running back?
That's what I told my friends. That's what I told all my friends that was so pro quarterback. They said you have to take the quarterback. I said it's like buying a Lamborghini without car insurance. if you don't have an offensive line, he's bound to get banged up. You know what I'm saying? So you know, and that's what.
It looks like a minivan today.
Yeah, he was like a minivan today, but you get my point. You don't. It's like with Eli. When the Giants brought in Eli, they had the pieces in place. They already had an O-line evolving. They had the deals and everybody else. They had O'Hara's and everybody. They brought in Snee, so they already had an O-line.
I miss those guys, man. I miss those guys.
Yeah, Tiki Barber. They had an established running back. So when you bring in a quarterback like that, in my opinion, you want to have the foundation in place, or at least starting to get in place.
Right.
The Giants O-line. Come on, it's garbage. I mean, it's starting to get a little better now that they brought in Solder and they drafted Hernandez, but that's why I was more so in line with getting Barkley or trading down, maybe getting Chubb at the end. But that's why on draft day I was not sold on taking the quarterback. Yeah. But I think my friend Lee's tech. Can you shout out the number so we could call in? I don't mean to kick Isaiah off the phone.
Yeah, no.
Oh no. Now I'm about to leave anyway. I was gonna ask you, Sim, are you gonna be on 10:30 or after the Giants game?
I'll be on 11:30 tonight.
11. Oh, thank God bless you, brother. Thank you for that.
And we don't have to worry about kicking Isaiah off because he's going to be back on tonight, so we don't have to worry about kicking Isaiah off. He'll be back.
Good, man. I'll see you later, guys.
All right.
Isaiah, I got one question before you leave. You got your pudding pop in your hand right now?
Yo, you know what's actually funny? I got the pudding pop is near me. It's not in my hand. It's near me. My girl doesn't like pudding, but I do, so it's all right.
Okay, he'll have him tonight. He'll have him tonight.
I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, later, man.
All right, man.
Yeah, Lee, if you want to call in, 516-405-2246. Please give us a call. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you.
I'm getting ready for this game tonight. We got another 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah, 15, 20 minutes, man.
Yes, sir.
And the game is ready to go.
Players field.
Spencer, you ready for this game? You think we're going to take this one?
Yeah. I'm so excited to see how we come on out. I think it's kind of be a slow first quarter. The Sunday night games, it always seems to start a little earlier than 8:30. It's so weird. You're always like unprepared, and then it fires off. But I think our defense is going to get settled in. I don't think Dak's going to hurt us tonight, but I wouldn't expect us to blow it out. I think it's going to be a really tight game, and boy, how's my feel right now? I do think we're going to win the game, and there's no excuse to lose tonight. Like, there's no moral victories anymore. We're an impatient team. We're very impatient, and that's where I kind of like us to be. That Jacksonville week, we were seeing what we have. Now it's time to get a W.
100%. And I think we match up well with this team.
Yeah,
I really do.
So we got Lee. Lee Gottlieb is on the line. Lee, how you doing, man?
How you doing, Chris? Please, hey guys, just for you, don't bring up Baker Mayfield in front of Chris. He might wet his pants.
That's my guy. You know that, Lee. Baker's my guy.
I know. And I heard you guys talking about Eric Flowers. Listen, if he doesn't have another good week, we can all just start a GoFundMe page and send him back down to Miami.
Yeah. So Lee, what's the key tonight, in your opinion? What's on both sides of the ball? What's the key? What do the Giants have to do on offense and defense to win this football game?
The key right now is the offense. We gotta slam the door shut on the defense of the Cowboys. They don't have a secondary. We need to expose that. We need to expose the linebackers. Sean Lee will probably be out by the third quarter, if not before that, and with a concussion most likely. And we gotta expose the linebackers. They run a traditional, still like we used to, a 4-3 defense, and they have all the ones up. They have Taco Charleston, all them up front. But if we need to do, Evan Ingram needs to be used. And I heard somebody talk about who is it, Ellerson, to play. That's a good idea, because that's how Tom Coughlin used to use Barrett Pasco. And that's we need to expose those linebackers, and we can. We need to continue to do those slants across the middle. And there's not one person on the team that can hold down any of these receivers.
I agree with that. I think they need to first establish the run, though. I think they need to establish the run to set up. That's my personal opinion. Of course, if there's a shot there to take deep to Beckham, you're going to take it. But I think you got to establish it with ball. I want to see a lot of Barkley tonight in both the running and passing game. I want to see him have 5-6 catches, 20 carries. I want to see 25 total touches for Barkley tonight.
Well, my thing is, I think we have a Marshall Faulk type running back on our team. Obviously, he's not to that kind of standard yet. He's obviously a rookie, but he can receive the ball as well as he can run the ball. But that one run he had, and people are trying to give Eric Flowers a lot of credit on that cutback from Barkley last week. Please, everybody hold your applause. So, I mean, it's like he needs to make sure he gets to the whole offensive line. I mean, you can't even put everything on Flowers. The whole offensive line was very poor last week.
Oh, I agree. Hernandez got beat a few times. I think Solder got beat once. So, yeah, the offensive line was – I mean, it was mainly Flowers. Flowers was tripping people. The first 2 plays of the game, he had penalties. But, yeah, the whole unit was subpar last week. I agree with that.
Well, I listened to Frances all week, and everyone keeps bringing up the fact that I think people are blaming the wrong people for every team. Today I think Todd Bowles was a part of the reason why the Jets lost, not just Darnold. I think their offensive schemes. I think their offense is very stagnant, and that's the good but the bad side of having a defensive coordinator as your head coach.
It's a good point. Yeah. What's your take, Rover? Spencer?
On the tonight's game plan or Todd Bowles? I'm not a fan of Todd Bowles at all, but tonight's game, I want Eli Manning. I think he only attempted 9 yards. His average, football that he threw last week was only 9 yards in length, and that pretty much ranked him near the bottom of the league. So I want to see the guy take some shots tonight down the field. I want Beckham to get involved. Sterling Shepard versus Anthony Brown. Anthony Brown's a small cornerback, so let's get Sterling down the sideline. Let's throw some back shoulders. And I would love to see the Giants really attack Dallas, get out to a lead. If the Giants get out to a lead, then this game is, then it's really going to be over. So I want to see some deep balls for Eli. And I miss the old Eli when he was a gunslinger. And I hope that we're able to do that tonight.
Yeah. And I like it. I agree. That's a big key for me. They have to get out to an early lead tonight because Dallas does not play well from behind.
Yeah. And hopefully, Eli throwing short, was due to Jacksonville's defense, not playing the same kind of defense. So the more opportunities, I think will be there tonight.
And Simeon, did you see Tom Brady today? I mean, that Jacksonville defense, they're ridiculous.
Right.
How ridiculous is that performance?
Look what they did to the Patriots offensive line.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a special defense. There's no doubt about it.
The Patriots are getting exposed this year, let's be honest.
Yeah, a lot of people are down on the Patriots this year. A lot of people think they're not the Patriots of old this year.
Yeah,
they're not.
The Patriots of old.
A lot.
They didn't even know who's been in the Super Bowl.
And last week, our defense, took a hit because, Blake Bortles was using his legs and they were rolling outside the pocket, but he looked pretty solid again today. And I was really angry at the first half defense last week when he kept on giving up first downs. But Blake Bortles, he's kind of difficult to contain in the pocket, though, and he showed that again today.
Unfortunately, so is Prescott.
Prescott's right.
Prescott's hard to contain in the pocket, too, and so is Watson, who we got next week.
All right, well, I told Chris asked me last week, what do I think at Landon Collins being up as far as he is? Well, let me explain something to you. That got exposed by the Jaguars last week, and I told him that I don't think that's a good idea, only because he could tackle at the best of anybody, and it showed a couple of years ago when he probably should have won the Defensive Player of the Year. But however, he needs to be back. He needs to be in the backfield. He cannot. He's not. I don't need him as an extra linebacker.
You're referring to the money backer position, the same position that Buchanan played for the Cardinals.
It's called being a bubble, and he doesn't need to be a bubble. He needs to be back. He needs to be back because you don't need him up. If you're running a 3-4 defense, you need one of your outside linebackers. And the whole thing to what your man said is like Blake Bortles. What we had a problem with couple years ago when we played up in Seattle, and when we still ran the 4-3 defense, nobody plays containment well, and nobody last week played containment. And considering into a 3-4 defense, there's none of our outside linebackers were playing containment, and they were all breaking inside. And yes, and there was no excuse because Leonard Fournette was out early.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
I think Landon Collins is too slow to be even up. And if, God forbid, the ball goes underneath, obviously he doesn't have recovery speed, and I saw that last week.
I think we're going to get ready to wrap this up soonly. So before we let you go, I want a final score prediction.
28-21.
Cowboys or Giants?
Ooh,
Giants.
Too close.
That's what I like to hear. All right, good. All right.
I think we're getting out early. We're getting out early, and Dak's going to try to get a comeback.
Okay, so you see like a 2-score game, and then they score a late touchdown, a field goal to make it a 7-point game at the end.
Correct.
All right, very good. All right, well, I'm sure we'll text throughout the game, and go Giants.
All right, guys. Enjoy the game.
You too, Lee.
All right, take it easy.
I'm not gonna lie. I want a blowout. I want a 30 burger at least. Give me 30 points tonight. Offense. Give me some turnovers on defense. And as a Giants fan,
I'm with you. I want to make a statement tonight. I'm with you. I don't want to close. Yeah, I want a blowout.
I'm tired of the nail biting games. I'm tired of the sick to my stomach until the game is finally over. I want something to laugh at and to relax on going into the fourth quarter. I want them blown out. I want to see commercials and clowning the Cowboys when they come back from commercial and everything, showing people's heads down. I want all that tonight.
I want to start filming my post game video by the end of the third quarter because I know the result of the game. That's what I want.
That's they're impossible. As a Giants fan, if they're up 90-0, I'm worried. You know, I'm always worried about them blowing the leads. But Ray Vaughn, I wanted to ask you this question, man. It's like if we beat Dallas, we can almost end. Like we're not going to end their franchise, but literally we could send them right to the NFL draft. We can almost end Dak Prescott's career because they might fire their head coach this year, and Dak might not even be there next year if he keeps performing this way. I mean, we have the power to just shut down the star completely. It's pretty amazing.
I agree. I think that the things leading up to this game this week from out of Cowboys camp, I think they're starting to expose themselves a little bit too much. I think you guys know when the reporter asked Landon Collins how does he plan on going about defensively stopping the Cowboys and getting. I mean that's what everyone is going to do. Even Zeke came out himself and he said I feel like everyone's going to do that. They're going to stop the run. Why is what Landon Collins, what he said, which is obviously true, why is that being looked at like he's talking trash? Right. And Dak has to come out and say, challenge accepted. What do you mean challenge accepted? You should be up to this challenge every time you come out on the football field. Right. Y'all looking for billboard, y'all looking for, material to hype yourself up to come out for a game that you're already supposed to be up for. So, yeah, I'm ready.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know what you should try to do to beat the Dallas Cowboys. Exactly. So, I mean, him making that statement, it's not ridiculous. It's like saying that we should try to shut down Odell when we play the Giants. Right.
Exactly.
So, all right.
But I'm pumped up, and I really appreciate you guys coming on. Rayvon, I know you're a big Giant fan. We text all the time. I'm sure that you want to watch the game. So they're about to start. You're about to see the Carrie Underwood pregame song. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm getting the mood for the game.
Yeah, hey, I appreciate you guys having me on, man. And like I said, I appreciate y'all having me on, and I look forward to looking from more stuff from you guys down the road. And hopefully I can have time to get on here and kick it with you guys again, man, and talk some more Giants football.
Oh, for sure. And I hope we could do a collaboration on my channel soon. We've talked about that as well.
Absolutely. Hey, God bless, man. And hey, y'all enjoy the game tonight, man. Go Giants.
Appreciate it, man. Let's do it. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Thank you for coming on.
All right, fellas. Yes, sir.
All right.
Spencer, last words.
Last words that this is one of the most important games of our franchise's history. This is the Pat Shurmur era. This division's out there. Everything's in front of us. And biggest game for the Giants in about maybe 5 years. So I couldn't be more excited. And any way a victory comes, I'll take it tonight.
I'm with you. Like I said, 2-0, and I'm thrilled. It could be 2-0. It could be 1,000-0. I don't care. Get the win. Get the 1-1. Get the monkey off our back, and let's start going in the right direction.
Amen.
There we go.
All right,
Sim. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks for stopping by. I'm sure you'll be back on the channel.
Yeah,
no doubt. I'll see you guys soon.
All right, see you soon. All right, Entertainah, man. I think I'm looking at like 24-10.
You think a double-digit win tonight?
I think we can get a double-digit win. Think we can get a double-digit win. You know, if we can put some pressure on Dak, we can stop him. You know, keep him contained. Don't let his feet take advantage of us. I think we can do it. 24-10.
Yeah, my prediction in my video, I think, was 24-20, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm starting to rethink that. I'm getting very confident after seeing this Jaguar game today. I think the Giants are going to blow them out. I think they're going to win by at least 10 points today.
So.
I'm hoping for 14-20, like Rayvon said.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But you know, it's the Giants Cowboys, so it could be crazy.
You never know. You never know when these two teams meet up.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'd like to thank everybody who stayed on for the hour and a half that we were on, that we talked Giants. We're going to be back on Wednesday. We're talking all New York sports. We just wanted to do a Giants show as we got a big game coming up tonight. And any last words, Sim?
No, no last word. Well, yeah, I do. Tonight, the NothinButKnicks is going to start at 10:30 tonight. 11:30 tonight. I'm sorry. It's going to start at 11:30. Give everybody a chance to watch the game. And right after the game, we'll be here ready to go.
Looking forward to it. Of course, I got to catch the end of the Giant game, but I'll be in the chat after that.
For sure. All right, man. Talk to you guys later tonight. And peace. Have a good one.
We're off.